Hi, Coach Stacy. I'm Tevin, and I work with the Department of Veteran Affairs. And I just wanted to come today and ask you a few questions about how I can become more of a fit man and how a healthy fitness plan can help translate my mind into a healthier lifestyle and help accomplish my goals.
Yeah, it sounds like a really big question, but it's a good question. It's a good question, though. And I love that you're asking it because Coach Stacy with H45 Velocity Coaching, what I do, I have a passion to help people get their power back in exercise, nutrition, and mindset, because that literally translates not just from the gym, but to in every avenue of your life, right?
Yeah.
So like what you
Absolutely.
just said, you want to be a fit man.
Yeah.
And I love that because what I hear is, I want to be my best. How do I do that? How do I go about that?
Mm-hmm.
And I always try to preach, it's not always about doing more. It might be rethinking a habit. It might be being open to doing something new, but it's not always about doing more. It's about zeroing in and getting a little bit more strategic and intentional on, let's just take the right actions forward. Let's just do the right things in exercise.
Right.
So it's not a 2-hour workout. It might be a 35-minute workout, but it's doing the right activity that your body's going to respond to. Or it's looking at your nutrition and realizing that nutrition is going to be the game changer in how your body responds to even that effort in exercise. But what I also heard you ask is, and what I love and where my passion is that an exercise is such a great avenue or conduit for change in mindset, in the way we think, the way we approach challenges. Like even when you're doing one exercise alone, you get to that end of that set and you're just about fatigued and done if you're doing it right.
You feel
right?
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some people see that challenge and they're breathing heavy and they're like, oh man, something's wrong. Nothing's wrong. Your body just is so amazing. It's working together. You're breathing heavy because your muscles are like, oh man, get me some oxygen down here. I want to meet this challenge. It feels good. You're enjoying it. But then you're getting to that point where you're fatiguing. But the way that you eat is going to give you that extra little push. The way that your mindset is going to say, you know what, I'm going to choose that last rep. Yeah, the timer's going off. I could quit now. I'm not going to quit now. I don't quit in my career. I don't quit in my relationships. I don't quit in life. I don't quit in my workout. I'm going to go ahead and choose that challenge on purpose as part of who I am. And I think that's where it starts and where that motivation comes of enjoying that challenge. Right?
I heard you talk a lot about nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
How do I become more mindful of my intake of macros?
Okay.
I started reading on them recently, and I'm trying to make sure that my protein levels are good, but I feel like I'm just not growing the way I should be.
Okay, yes. Yeah, that's a big question, and it's a common question, but we had just talked about too, like nutrition is the game changer.
Yeah.
So that is what we need to figure out. And that's where as a coach I come along and try to give my expertise to cut through the industry BS, the nonsense, because there's so much advertised that doesn't even make sense.
There's a lot out there.
Right? Like you're like, so then you start to get confused, well, do I eat more protein or do I not eat? What is the range? So I will give you a range of protein that would be good for your body based on your activity level. And the first question I always ask, if you come to me and say, hey, should I take this supplement? Where am I at on a macro? And macros is basically the food that you eat, right? The nutrients, the macro or micronutrients. And we don't even have to zero in and get all crazy in our mind about counting the numbers and weighing it out. But I can give you a range of what proteins to eat, what carbs to eat, how much fat, how much of certain specific nutrients like folate, this and that. And I'm not a doctor, I will never prescribe it, but I have tools and resources that I use. There's a free health questionnaire that we can use that says, based on the season right now that we live in the state that we live in, and the season, what is your body's top priority based on the information that you give it? It's a private, HIPAA compliant questionnaire. So that already gives us like a base so that you know where to start, so you're not in confusion of what do I even need? We can get that base support because when you're eating right, your body will perform for you. That's the thing. Respect your body in its language. We don't want to complicate it. And all of a sudden, your activity, that 35-minute workout, is no longer, you don't need to be in there 2 hours. All of a sudden, that nutrition's coming alongside you, giving you momentum, and you start to see your body working for you, and it's extremely motivating.
It's amazing you guys give all the tools. I really need help with that, too. My next question, I know it's probably, I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it, is how do I stay motivated while working out? I got school I'm going through, life. How do I stay motivated? It's really hard to stay motivated and disciplined on what I eat and what I'm doing. Can you possibly give me a few hints on that, or what I could do possibly better for myself?
Sure. I mean, it sounds like you've already acknowledged. What I heard you say is you've identified the day-to-day.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the day-to-day of what we have to do, our responsibilities, our obligations, that is our number one challenge that's working against our new goals that we've set. We've identified, I want this to be better. I want to make sure I'm performing well and amazing. That is the base so that I can do everything else well. Because if you're at your top performance, whatever that day-to-day is,
right.
You've got it. Like, you're unstoppable at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I love your question today. So it's about doing the right things in exercise, the right things in nutrition, not about doing more. We're not trying to make you busier.
Right.
We're not trying to give you 5 more things to do. If I can have you do 2 specific things that are going to move that needle and actually come alongside and give you momentum forward with your effort, with your time, with your money and nutrition, that's what we're looking at, is how to minimize it, but actually maximize the results. So what I do is, with the resources I have, with the tools I have, like, we don't do anything guessing. So like, when you're on a program with me, we have a smart body scale. We don't look at the pounds on the scale first. That's an old way of looking at things. That's one unit of measure that does not give us the clear picture of what's happening inside that body. I need to see, what is your muscle doing? What is your fat doing based on the training level that you're doing? What are you doing in activity? What are you eating? And now, how is that body responding? So I can see it. Are you still in stress? Are you meeting your nutritional needs and getting what you need? Because if you are, your body's going to respond, because it's how it's designed.
That's amazing how much you guys have to offer. Jeez. How do I
feel like I haven't even given you hopefully I answered your question, but
I'm so excited, honestly, to tell you the truth. I mean, I haven't had anybody with that level of expertise with trying to actually get fit, and you actually pair with it mindfulness as well, which is really important. A lot of people forget about that. Could you possibly tell me how I'd be able to get signed up with you today? What do I have to do? Because I'm just super excited to get this going. I really feel motivated right now. You got me all pumped up. So can you possibly tell me what I can do? Yeah.
Well, so our tagline is "Get your power back."
Yeah.
So, and I feel like you just said that in a different way. And you asked about motivation and how to sign up and how to get going. And I love that. And that's what you need to do, is just take action. And then, so it's super easy.
Okay.
So our website is, well, here's my card, number one.
Yeah.
H45.club is the website.
It's a good quality card right there.
And then, but even from there, I'm on almost all social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You can, if you see me on there, H45 Velocity Coaching or Coach Stacy, you can send me a text message. You can reach out. My phone number, H45.club. You can get access to me. I'm not hard to find. So if you're not Tevin and sitting right in front of me, you can just reach out on any of those platforms. And you know what we're going to do is, I love starting you out with the transformation challenge, but we base it based on your goals. Yeah. So if you're not open to a 6-week challenge because of your schedule right now, it's okay. Yeah. I have a 2-week challenge. You don't have to do a challenge at all. You and I can create a strategy session just between you and I, kind of like what we're doing right here, where I say, what is your top objective? Because it doesn't make sense to take action if I don't even know what your goal is. Right. So what is your top objective? Any decision from there is going to back that goal. And so that way you're taking the right action. And you've got a coach in your corner. You're not doing it alone, so you don't have to guess anymore. We're going to do the right things and actually get the results that you want, and get that momentum based on what you're doing and maximizing what you're going to get from that return and investment in your time and your energy.
Great. So, you just made my day a lot better. I really appreciate meeting you today, Coach Stacy. Thank you so much.
We'll
give you the bump too. All right. Is that our thing now? Yeah. All right, cool.
Well, it's Coach Stacy's thing. Fist bump.
Yeah.
Anyways. Well, thank you for your questions. If there's anything else you have questions about, like I said, we'll just do that strategy session.
I'll be in touch
we'll get
with
you
you very
plugged
soon,
in.
right after this, I'm sure.